Ooh, see that black smoke? That would be great for a signal fire. Hi friends, hey, welcome back to the Expeditionary Johnny channel. Hey, if you're new to my channel, you'll see here that the theme to my channel is to try to help to remove obstacles to getting outdoors. Now that could typically mean things like time, ideas, or maybe equipment. Now today we're going to be talking about wood. Now there are a lot of good reasons for getting outdoors. Like for starters, hey, you got fresh air, you got all this sunlight here, you might get some exercise, you get away from the screens, and then you have some time to reflect on your past, where you've been, and maybe where you want to go. So I think we all realize that not all wood is the same and it doesn't all have the same purpose. All right, so today I've gathered up a bit of wood. Like right here is some deadfall, a bunch of little branches. Now, as we all know, this is good for starting a fire. It's not good for really sustaining a fire, getting really hot, but we can get a good fire going. Now here I have a piece of cottonwood that got snapped off during one of our recent storms. Now I like cottonwood for practicing bow drill, okay, and it's really good for that because we have this bark. If you pull off the outer bark, you're going to find an inner bark, which is good for making our bird's nest. Now this wood is nice and soft, so it's good for friction fires and getting a fire started. Now after that, not good for heat or really good for construction because it's going to break down too quickly. Now once you get a fire started, you might think about switching to something a bit heavier, more dense, so you can have a longer burning, hotter fire. Something like, oh, this branch I cut off from a walnut tree. Now today I'm going to be spending most of my time with some of these harder woods, but instead of walnut, I'm going to be using things like oak and hickory. Now why am I using this wood today? Because I'm going to be smoking up some ribs and some meatloaf. All right, so the real inspiration for today's video is all about the smoke. The smoke that is created by our wood, and there's good smoke and there's bad smoke. All right, so for all you survivalish bushcrafters out there, you know all about this. Fat wood, right? It's a resinous wood. It's typically something from like pine. It's great for starting a fire, and it creates this black sooty smoke. Now that black smoke is really good for, let's say, a signal fire. So if you're in a situation where you want to make a signal fire, hey, you can get, if you have some pine trees, throw that on there. It's going to create a lot of smoke. You can also throw any green wood, something that's you just freshly chopped down, or leaves on there. That's going to build this gray and black smoke. It's going to be very visible. All right, so I loaded up my solo stove. Heavy stuff's at the bottom, twigs at the top. This is going to be a top-down fire, whereas our little twigs burn, the ashes drop, and it's going to light the thicker stuff. So I've taken our fat wood and I've made little feather curls and shaved off way more fat wood than I'm going to need to get this fire started. But I wanted to show you guys how black and sooty this smoke is going to be. See that black smoke? All right. Ooh, see that black smoke? That would be great for a signal fire. Okay, so fires with a dark gray or black sooty smoke, good for a signal fire, but not so much on food preparation, which is what we want to concentrate on now. Okay, so if you're interested in, let's say, putting up a tripod and making some bushcraft jerky, you want to think about clean smoke, and that's what we're going to concentrate on right now. All right, let's move over to the food preparation part of this video. All right, so first we're going to light up our charcoal chimney, and you're going to just see this heavy gray smoke coming out, just like on a signal fire. That's going to continue until the flame breaks through, and then that that nasty smoke goes away. And then we're going to put that in our side firebox for our smoker. Same thing. It's going to be heavy smoke until the wood, till we get good flame on the wood, and then that's going to have clean smoke. I'm going to be trying to run around 250-ish today. It's going to fluctuate up and down as I add wood and let it burn down there. But let's add our ribs to the smoker. All right, guys, thanks to the magic of time, we now have some smoked meatloaf and ribs. Now, I've already taken off the meatloaf and wrapped up one of the other ribs and to freeze it for later use, but we are about ready for dinner time. All right, friends, well, this brings us to the end of another video. I hope this kind of gives you something to think about when choosing the right type of wood for your project, whether it be for making an emergency signal fire or maybe smoking up some meat, whether it be jerky or maybe some good barbecue. All right, y'all take care. Have a good week.